Hey, and welcome to this episode of Match Betting Uncovered, brought to you by ProfitDuel. Last time, we kind of unpacked the whats of match betting, how it works, the basics. But today, we're diving into the question I think everyone really wants to know. How much can you actually make match betting here in the US? So, our mission today is basically to extract the real numbers, look at the factors that influence those earnings, and map out the path to maximizing your profits in this growing side hustle.
Yeah, and what's truly fascinating about match betting, I think, is how quickly it's become one of the most talked about side hustles. And precisely because it offers such clear potential for significant low-risk profits. It's a method that really consistently delivers for people who engage with it properly.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit when we talk about actual earnings. What's the average matched bettor in the US, realistically looking at in terms of monthly income? I think for a lot of people, that's the crucial starting point, isn't it?
Yeah, good question. Based on what we see, the average matched bettor in the U.S. can realistically expect to earn somewhere in the range of, say, $300 to maybe $2,000 a month.
Okay, 300 to 2,000.
Now, that's quite a wide range, obviously. And it's not just arbitrary. It's directly tied to several key factors that really dictate how much you can truly achieve.
Right, so it's definitely not some fixed amount. That range suggests anything from like a nice bit of supplementary income to something that could genuinely start to impact your financial freedom. So what are these main factors then, the things that influence how much someone can actually pocket?
Okay, so there are essentially four main drivers that determine your earning potential. First, and maybe the most obvious one, is the number of hours you can actually commit. Makes sense, right? More time often means grabbing more opportunities.
Yeah, sure. Time equals money, as they say.
Exactly. Second, it's highly dependent on the current welcome offers available from the sports books. These bonuses, they can fluctuate, but there's always a pretty continuous stream of profitable promotions popping up. Third, your initial bankroll. Basically, the starting capital you can use to place the bets. That plays a pretty significant role. And fourth, and this is for those looking to really scale things up, it's whether you decide to become an affiliate. That opens up a whole different way to earn.
Okay, so if we connect this to the bigger picture, like you said, it means your earning potential isn't just some static number they pull out of thin air. It's dynamic. It's directly influenced by your choices and how much effort you're willing or able to put in, which kind of transforms it from feeling like a lottery ticket into an active pursuit, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It gives you agency.
And at its core, like we talked about last time, it's all about systematically using those bonus bet promotions from sports books, right? And then meticulously covering all the possible outcomes of an event to lock in a profit. No real gambling knowledge needed, legal in many U.S. states, and it's a repeatable process.
Precisely. It's about converting those promotional offers, those free bets or bonus bets, into guaranteed cash. It's not about taking a gamble. The beauty of it is really in its predictability, assuming you do it correctly.
So on that note, then, how quickly can a beginner actually see their first profit? Is this something where you need weeks or months of, grinding away learning before you see any returns? Or can you actually get started and begin generating some income almost straight away?
Well, the initial profit can be remarkably quick, surprisingly quick for some. With many reputable matched betting platforms, beginners can often secure their first profits within really the first hour of getting started.
The first hour? Seriously?
Yeah. Some platforms, like ProfitDuel, for instance, even guide you through a specific first offer that's designed to be completed in maybe just 30 minutes or so, after watching a few basic explainer videos, of course. And that process can allow you to lock in around $100 right off the bat. That immediate validation, seeing that first win so quickly, is a huge motivator for new users.
Wow, that's incredibly fast. And I guess that really takes away some of the initial worry or apprehension people might have. So, okay, while getting that first profit is quick, I imagine truly mastering matched betting and consistently optimizing your earnings. That's more of a gradual, ongoing process, right? It's not just a one and done thing.
That's a fair point, and it brings up an important question. If it's that fast, is it truly guaranteed? And the answer is yes, when the process is followed correctly. Matched betting enables you to lock in that profit by, like you said, cleverly covering all the outcomes. The basic strategy involves placing what we call a back bet with a sports book that usually unlocks the bonus. Then you place a hedge bet, often on a betting exchange, to cover the opposing outcome.
Gotcha. Back and hedge.
Exactly. Once you receive the bonus from the sports book, you essentially repeat a similar process to turn that bonus into withdrawable cash. Now, to keep it simple initially, especially for beginners, It's usually best to choose sporting events with only two possible outcomes. Think MLB games or maybe tennis matches. That way you avoid the complexities of a potential draw messing things up.
Ah, okay. Avoid the draws at the start. Makes sense.
Yeah, this kind of disciplined approach is really how you convert those sportsbook promotions into actual cash in your pocket.
Okay, here's where I think it gets really interesting for a lot of people. Is there a ceiling? Like, is there a cap to what you can earn? Is there a theoretical maximum amount you can possibly make with matched betting? Or can you actually keep scaling your profits up and up?
Right. Well, when it comes to match betting itself, the ceiling is genuinely quite high, especially once you start to broaden your approach beyond just, converting those initial sign-up offers. The concept of scaling is really key here. You're not just limited to what you can personally achieve by placing bets.
Okay, broaden your approach. What exactly do you mean by that? Sounds like it goes beyond just converting individual offers for yourself.
It does, yeah. A significant number of the highest earners in this space aren't just placing bets themselves. They're also engaging pretty heavily in the affiliate model.
Ah, the affiliate side.
Right, exactly. This means they share the methods, the proven techniques of matched betting with other people, often through creating content, maybe YouTube videos, social media posts, contributing to forums, that kind of thing. And by doing that, they earn a substantial revenue share. Often it's around 50% commission every time someone they refer signs up and subscribes to a matched betting platform like ProfitDuel.
Wow, 50%. That's a powerful model. Can you give us maybe some concrete examples? Like, what does that kind of affiliate earning actually look like in dollar terms? How much passive income are we talking about?
Sure, let's paint a picture. Consider this. If you successfully refer just 10 people who become monthly members, paying, let's say, $30 a month for a platform,
Right.
and if those members stick around for a year, you've basically generated $1,500 in passive income just from those 10 referrals.
Okay. $1,500 a year from just 10 people. Not bad.
Not bad at all. Now imagine scaling that up. If you manage to refer, say, 100 monthly members, now you're looking at $15,000 a year. And that's on top of any matched betting winnings you're personally making from converting offers yourself.
Right. So it can really transform from just a side hustle into potentially a quite significant income stream.
It absolutely can. But it's important to remember, building an audience for affiliate marketing, that takes real consistent effort. Content creation, audience engagement, it's like building any online business, really. It doesn't just happen overnight.
Sure, that makes sense. So while matched betting starts as this excellent side hustle, turning it into something really substantial, maybe even a full-time income,
Yeah.
that means treating it more like a serious business. And beyond the affiliate model, you mentioned other ongoing income streams earlier. What are those about?
Yeah, definitely. Beyond affiliate earnings, the real key to sustained long-term income lies in leveraging what we call reload offers. These are basically continuous promotions that sportsbooks offer to their existing customers to keep them betting.
Yeah, so not just for new signups.
Exactly. And then there are various VIP club promotions or loyalty schemes that offer extra value. These are the ongoing opportunities that, when you consistently pursue them, keep the profits rolling in long after you've used up all those initial sign-up bonuses. And actually, joining online communities or forums dedicated to matched betting can be incredibly valuable here. Members often share tips and insights on new reload offers, VIP strategies, things like that. It helps you stay on top of things.
Okay, that's really useful. So thinking about getting started, what do you actually need to put in initially? Are there significant upfront costs involved? Because that barrier to entry, how much cash you need upfront, that can be a big concern for a lot of people thinking about trying something new.
Right. Good point. There are essentially two main categories of initial investment, let's call them, when you start matched betting. The first one is a matched betting platform subscription. Now, while it's technically possible to do matched betting manually, finding the offers, doing the calculations, it's incredibly time-consuming and, honestly, prone to error.
Yeah, I can imagine.
These platforms, they just streamline the entire process. They automate the complex calculations. They instantly identify the most profitable opportunities across all the different sports books. Tools like an integrated Dutch matcher, which basically compares odds across multiple sports books to find the perfect match for maximizing your profit, and things like a dedicated profit tracker, they become pretty much indispensable. So that subscription fee, it's usually seen as a pretty wise investment for efficiency and ultimately higher profitability. A real no-brainer for most people.
Okay, platform subscription, that makes sense. What's the second category?
The second is your bankroll. Now, this is important. This isn't a cost in the traditional sense, like the subscription fee. It's more like a refundable deposit.
Okay, explain that.
Your bankroll is basically the initial pot of money you use to place your qualifying bets, the bets needed to unlock the bonus bet promotions from the sportsbooks. Once the sporting event you bet on finishes, your initial stake money, your bankroll, is returned to you, along with any profits you've made from the matched bet itself. Now, you can actually start making profits of the bankroll as little as, say, $50. But it is worth noting that having a larger bankroll, maybe a few $100s, allows you to access and take advantage of the more generous bonus bet promotions, which often leads to quicker and larger profits overall.
Right, so more starting cash lets you tackle the bigger offers sooner. Got it. This kind of raises an important question about accessibility again. Do you need to be some kind of sports betting guru to succeed at this? And what if someone listening already has accounts with a few sports books? Can they still make money?
Good questions. First, no, absolutely not. You do not need any prior betting knowledge whatsoever. The whole process is designed to be systematic, almost like following a recipe. And reputable platforms provide really clear, step-by-step walkthroughs suitable for all skill levels. Even complete novices can start earning pretty much right away.
Okay, that's reassuring for beginners. And the existing accounts?
Yep, you can definitely still profit even if you already have some sportsbook accounts. Sure, having existing accounts might mean you've already used up some of those initial sign-up promotions, but remember, those are really just the tip of the iceberg. The real, sustainable, long-term profit often comes from those ongoing reload offers we talked about, the ones for existing customers. Plus, given the sheer number of legal online sportsbooks launching across the U.S. right now, you'll likely find plenty of new sign-up offers to take advantage of anyway, even if you already have a few accounts. There are always new players entering the market.
Good point. There are a lot of them now. Okay, and just quickly, what are the usual ways people deposit and withdraw money when doing this?
Yeah, simple enough. Depositing and withdrawing cash happens directly through your accounts with the sportsbooks or the betting exchanges you use. Common deposit methods include things like online banking transfers, debit cards, credit cards sometimes, and services like Trustly or even PayPal. For withdrawals, you'll typically use your debit card or online banking again. While PayPal might be listed as an option for withdrawals by some sports books, it's generally less recommended than direct bank transfers for matched betting activities, just for keeping things clean and trackable.
Okay, useful info. So we've mentioned sign-up offers and reload offers, but beyond just the basic free bets, what other kinds of matched betting offers are out there, the ones that can really help amplify profits? It sounds like there's quite a variety.
Oh, there is indeed. There's a really rich variety once you move past those initial welcome bonuses you get as a new customer. Naturally, you start with the sign-up offers. They're designed for new customers, provide that crucial, profitable entry point, get you hooked, basically. Then you've got things like risk-free bet offers, sometimes called no-sweat bet offers. That's where if your first bet loses, the bookmaker gives you your stake back, usually as a bonus bet or site credit. So you can guarantee a profit from that refund.
Okay, risk-free or no sweat. What about the classic free bet people often hear about?
Yeah, that's typically what we call the free bet offer, often referred to in the process as bonus bet conversion. These are pretty straightforward promotional offers where the bookmakers just give away bonus bets, maybe tied to specific big sporting events or as part of loyalty programs. Crucially, as we discussed, there are also those reload offers, the ongoing promotions specifically for existing customers. These are absolutely vital for consistent long-term profitability after you've worked through the initial sign-up bonuses.
Gotcha. Reloads are key for the long haul.
Definitely. And then for those looking to maybe boost earnings with slightly more advanced strategies, though they can be a bit more complex, there are things like enhanced odds offers, accumulator or parlay insurance offers, and various refund offers if certain conditions happen in a game.
Wow, okay, that's quite a list. That's a great breakdown of the types. Now, an important note you often hear is not to try and combine these offers. Why is it so crucial?
Yeah, that's really important. What's fascinating about this variety is, of course, the continuous stream of profit opportunities it presents. But it also brings up a critical question people always ask. Can you actually lose money doing this? And the answer is, when the matched betting process is followed meticulously, step by step, it's designed to be no risk in terms of guaranteeing a profit from the offer itself.
Okay, no risk when followed correctly.
Exactly. However, human error. That's the main potential pitfall. Mistakenly betting on the wrong team, inputting the wrong stake, maybe missing a step in the process. That can lead to a loss. Usually it's limited to the amount you might have wagered incorrectly on that specific bet, but it can happen. This is why awareness, double-checking everything, the event, the odds, the stakes, before you click confirm bet is absolutely paramount.
Double check, triple check.
Pretty much. And as a general rule stemming from that, it's strongly advised not to combine different offers. Each promotion usually comes with its own very specific terms and conditions for how you qualify for it and how you convert the bonus. Trying to juggle multiple offers simultaneously, maybe using the same bet for two different promos, it just complicates the process significantly. It massively increases the chance of making one of those human errors, and sometimes it can even violate the terms and conditions of the offers, which could potentially invalidate your profit or get your bonus canceled altogether.
Ah, okay, so stick to one offer at a time.
Yeah, it's always best practice, especially when starting out, to convert them one by one. Maximize your profit from each, avoid mistakes, and of course, the big disclaimer. Always make sure you're only doing matched betting in states where online sports betting is actually legal and regulated. That's crucial.
Absolutely. Okay, so for those listeners who are ready to dive in, maybe they've started, maybe they're thinking about it, and they really want to maximize their earnings. What are the top tips, the real game changers that separate the consistently high earners from those who just kind of dabble now and then?
Right. Well, if we connect these tips back to the bigger picture, they aren't just isolated pieces of advice. They really form a kind of strategic approach. Treating matched betting less like a casual one-off thing and more like a systematic income stream. Consistency is key. So there are about 7 key tips we usually highlight. First, do your research. And by this, I mean beyond just following the platform's guide. Keep an eye out for new sportsbook launches in your state. Look for maybe limited-time offers that pop up around big events or even niche promotions on less popular sports that might not be widely advertised. Be proactive.
Okay, stay curious, keep looking. That makes perfect sense. What else should our listeners keep top of mind?
Second, and honestly, I can't stress this one enough,
Yeah.
double-check your selections every single time. A simple misclick, selecting the wrong market, or a calculation error.
Yeah.
That's the most common reason people accidentally lose money.
Right.
Always double-check your bets and your calculator inputs before confirming.
Measure twice, cut once, or bet once
Yeah.
in this case.
Exactly. Third, round your bets. This sounds a bit weird, but sportsbooks use algorithms to spot unusual betting patterns, like lots of bets for very specific, unrounded amounts, say $23.47. Rounding your bet stakes up or down to the nearest whole number or maybe the nearest $5 makes you appear more like a regular recreational bettor. This can help avoid your account getting flagged or limited unnecessarily.
Fly under the radar a bit. Clever.
Kind of, yeah. Fourth, make full use of the tools and calculators available. Leverage those matched betting calculators for precise stake amounts. They tell you exactly how much to bet on the hedge side. Use the automated matching tools, like the Dutch Matcher, to instantly find the most profitable opportunities across different sportsbooks. These tools massively reduce the chance of error and make you much more efficient.
Yeah, technology is definitely a huge enabler here, isn't it? Makes the whole process much more accessible and, well, faster.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Fifth tip, track your profits diligently. Whether you use a simple spreadsheet you create yourself or a purpose-built profit tracker tool often included with platforms. Tracking your performance isn't just about knowing how much you've made or for tax purposes. It gives you really crucial insights into which types of offers are working best for you, which sportsbooks are most profitable, and it helps you fine-tune your strategy over time.
Data-driven decisions, even for a side hustle. Nice.
Precisely. Sixth, be consistent. Matched betting, like pretty much any skill, improves with practice. The more offers you complete, the faster and more efficient you become. Consistent effort means your skills improve and your earnings tend to compound over time. Our most successful users, the ones making really significant figures, often point to daily, or at least very regular, consistent engagement as the holy grail for unlocking those big weekly earnings.
Right. Consistency. That's a recurring theme in almost any successful venture, isn't it? And clearly applies here too. Okay, finally, the 7th tip.
Seventh, and maybe the most crucial foundational piece, choose a reputable matched betting platform. A platform that has cutting-edge, reliable technology, offers robust customer support when you need help, and has a proven track record of success for its users. That's invaluable. It provides the structured guidance, the essential tools like the matcher and calculators, and often the community resources like forums or support groups that are necessary for achieving consistent long-term earnings. Don't skimp on your platform choice.
Excellent advice. Okay, so now listeners have heard all the insights, the potential, the strategies. So what does this all mean for you right now listening to this? How about actually making your very first $100? Because based on everything we've just discussed, it sounds incredibly achievable, maybe even surprisingly easy to get that first win.
Yeah, and this really raises an important question for you, the listener, doesn't it? Are you ready to actually put this knowledge into practice? The framework we've laid out is clear, the tools are readily available. It's really about taking that step to turn this deep dive into tangible, immediate results for yourself.
Absolutely. And we can actually outline this in 5 pretty straightforward steps for you to make that first $100. Step 1, sign up to a reputable matched betting platform. As we just said, look for one that provides excellent guidance and proven tools. ProfitDuel, for example, has a decade-plus track record in the UK and now the US, guiding hundreds of thousands of users to consistent profits. They often have trial offers, too.
And that automation, finding the offers and calculating the bets, that's really key to both efficiency and instantly identifying the very best opportunities available to you right now.
Exactly. Okay, step 2, pick an offer using a matched betting tool like a Dutch Matcher. This tool scans all the current sportsbook promotions, finds the best events to bet on for matching purposes, and outlines the precise steps for you. Many platforms, again like ProfitDuel, often feature specific welcome offers that are designed to help you secure over $100 in profit really quickly, maybe even in just 15-30 minutes of focused effort for that first one.
Get that quick win under your belt.
Right. Step 3, sign up to the relevant sportsbooks. The platform you choose will generally simplify this by directing you straight to the specific sportsbooks that are running the most profitable offers they've identified, saving you time hunting around. Step 4, place your bets. The matched betting tool, the calculator, will tell you exactly which bets to place on which event and for precisely how much money. You just follow the instructions carefully for your initial qualifying bet and then your hedge bet. And finally, step 5, withdraw your profits. Once the sporting event concludes, your bets are settled, and your winnings are credited to your sportsbook or exchange account, you just log back in and withdraw that initial $100 plus profit via your chosen payment method. Simple as that. Well, that was certainly a deep dive into the practicalities and the really exciting earning potential of matched betting here in the U.S. From those initial, relatively easy hundreds of dollars you can make right up to the potential for building significant passive income through the affiliate model, it seems clear there's a real actionable opportunity here for people to leverage this knowledge.
Yeah, definitely. And what's fascinating here, I think, is that while the mechanics themselves are quite logical, quite straightforward once you grasp them, the true power seems to lie not just in understanding how to match bet. It's more about consistently applying a disciplined, almost business-like approach to extracting that profit day after day, week after week. That's what transforms it from just a clever method into a genuinely reliable income stream. So maybe a final thought for listeners. Consider what that kind of consistent, focused effort could do for any area where you're looking to grow or gain some financial traction. It's a powerful principle.
Great final thought. That's it for this episode. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.